So you may have seen with Module 28 we got a new battle pass, and within it we can obtain a new companion which we've got to go and check out. How effective is it? Is it potentially worth getting the battle pass to not miss out on this companion? How useful is she and how competitive is she versus others that you potentially might want to use? Right now the meta is 100% to use striker companions on a damage dealer, especially now that the companion enchantment gives you a whopping 180% to your companion's damage, improving them even further. Additionally, you may have seen the patch notes where we got an update to the Vistani Wanderer, rebalancing it to be a single target DPS companion, meaning it also could have good damage now. So let's go and compare them against all of the other companions I've tested, which is over 200 by now, and see where they will rank. So first things first, yeah, I do have to go and purchase the premium pass for the battle pass. And if I want to get the companion now, I also need to purchase the rest of the XP. So what I will need to do is go to the campaigns page here. I can purchase the premium pass here, and I can also purchase the XP, which has that discount because I already have a certain amount. So ideally what I want to do is get a coupon for this. So I'm going to open these bags and I should be able to get a 20% off if I'm lucky from everything. There we go. Limited time 20% off of any item. That will reduce the battle pass down to 2000 Zen, which is very nice. So we just need to get that Zen. I'll get it off the exchange here and we purchase that. In doing so, we unlock all of the premium rewards for all of the parts when we actually get the XP for that. So it's not too bad value. But again, I actually would not recommend purchasing this premium pass unless you want the companion. So we just need to get 300 more Zen and we can purchase then the XP so we can get the companion right now. In doing so, we should finish this battle pass part, allowing us to claim all of those rewards, so including these shards, this key, this coal moat, and the new companion. Keep in mind as well, I can earn additional XP throughout the days up until the next part goes live on May the 28th, and I'll be able to use that bonus XP right here. In fact, purchasing that buyout seemed to have given me a bunch of overflow XP, but I think I'll do this later, and again we can look at the different rewards from there. Let's for now focus on the new companion. So on the previous server here, we should be able to just go simply bind the companion, and then when we go to our claims valuables, it should be down the bottom here with the other companions. It is indeed unlock account wide. On my test character, we claim it. Now we should be able to equip it. It does have some unique abilities. She can give us this enduring craft, which is simply just going to give us 5% forte, and that can be useful for potentially healers or anybody who needs some extra forte stat, and this will just be a permanent bonus. Now she does have the ability here, whenever receiving combat advantage damage, you will gain a heal and reflect damage back to the attackers that are within 15 feet of you. Let's quickly see, does that work? So we have our boss dummy here. It should not trigger when I'm getting attacked here, but if I am getting flanked, so we have this enemy here and make him actually attack me. When we take damage here, we should receive a heal on a chance, and we can see, yeah, it did trigger there. We got 73,000 heal right there, which should be 7.5% of our maximum hit points. That seems to be correct. Again, it's intended to not scale with your healing stats. And then having a look at, say, the damage output on that, we can see that is also correct. We dealt exactly the same in damage back to the attacker. So this can be very useful for both threat, dealing that damage all around you and against the target, and then on top of that, giving you a bit of a heal. I think it's pretty useful in what it does, but in most cases, if you have a good healer, you won't need the heal, and you also probably don't need the threat if you're good too. It is interesting that that is just flat damage. It's not affected by any buffs, any defense, none of that. It's just about how many hit points you have and that's the equivalent of how much damage it deals. So that's a pretty good amount of threat. You look at a tank with modifiers, they can usually at least get up to 2000%, and this would effectively be like 1.4 million damage you've done all around you and against your target. So not bad, has its uses. So let's actually check the companion's damage then. How effective is she in actually attacking? And we also need to keep in mind she does have a support rower. She has the ability to improve your allies and yourself action point gain by 5%. On top of that, giving you a little bit of crit severity. So this crit severity is going to be from her Cutlass combo, and we can see we did obtain it just there. Cutlass combo, and it will increase your crit severity by 5%. But the uptime, not exactly that high. We can see she's attacking now. We don't have it. Then we do gain it. It does not have a duration on it, but I believe that's going to be about 10 seconds. You can probably check the recording of the video, and yeah, about 10 seconds, and then probably another 10 seconds before you get it back. Actually, maybe 5 seconds before you get it back. So not that bad uptime, but again, everybody will probably just want to have maxed out crit severity anyway and not really rely on that, unless we have a lot of these. Maybe she's really good at damage and we have a lot of people using her. Then you could potentially get away with relying on the buff from her. But let's have a look. In the combat tracker, we can see her damage output just here against the target, and it doesn't look that spectacular. I believe I have to clear it though, and have her restart, because we had some pauses and maybe not great positioning. But she has some attack abilities there like Precise Throw, Bleed, and her Cutlass combo, which seems to be dealing the most damage there. But I'll leave this for a little bit. While we're testing the companion, let's touch on the Vistani Wanderer. So this companion did get again updated in the last patch, being rebalanced to be single target orientated. So with any luck, that means he got an improvement to damage. So his stats here: do less flurry like on the rogue and gloaming cut, and he will also increase the team's movement speed by 5%. That again can be particularly useful in the new dungeon, especially if you're doing speedrun strats. And also if you're doing certain achievements, like you need to move around quickly. That second boss fight is an awful lot of moving, and so is the last boss. Try and get a lot of time on target, particularly if you're melee. But then his player powers is just Vistani's discipline, so you could get that if you wanted to increase the drops within Barovia. But I did check out his damage, and we can see his DPS was there at about 38,000, which is not bad when we consider the other companions that are available to us. Be aware again of the Blaspheme Assassin. It generally does not get that amount of damage. It needs a lot of time on target in order to do so. So other reliable options are here. So the Vistani Wanderer comes out, as you can see, in 12th position. 38,100 DPS is not bad at all. You're not losing much if you were to consider using him to support the team with a little bit of movement speed, giving up, yeah, again, just a teeny bit of damage that you could get from other companions. Like, again, the difference between the Greenscale Bowman and him is not much at all. Just be aware though, he is melee focused. He has to be up close and personal with his target in order to deal that damage, which means if the boss is moving around a lot, he will lose out compared to other ranged companions. And that is the same with this Captain Elaina Sartell. Let's have a look at her damage then. The test should be pretty much done. We have decent duration, and yeah, she's similar. About 37,500 DPS. We'll see if that spikes up to any amount, but her max hit is not exactly that high. She does have a bit of a combo with her Cutlass attack, but yeah, again, we'll just wait a little bit. And we conclude that her DPS is, yeah, again, nearly 38,000, just shy. This puts her, yeah, just behind the Vistani Wanderer, 13th position there. Just be aware though, I am noticing her combat advantage, her flank there, is at 53%, and that's because her bleed is not actually taking into consideration combat advantage. Similarly with crit. So she's probably losing quite a bit of damage there. But if I actually look at those numbers, not really. That can't really get improved. There may just be a bug with her bleeds not really doing anything. If we read through her abilities, it should be her precise throw that causes the target to bleed, but that bleed is doing miserable amounts of damage. Potentially she's bugged and that might get fixed and she could do much better damage. But she's, again, not too bad, and she is, again, like a support companion, improving everybody's action point gain. I just want to quickly check, can she hit multiple targets with her Cutlass combo? Potentially she can. And she does not really seem to be able to hit multiple at once, even that close to each other. So she's going to be, yeah, just single target. But that wraps up the testing. Hopefully that helps to know how effective she is. I personally would not buy the battle pass just to get her. Save your Zen, unlike me. Sure, there's still rewards there which are useful in terms of coal motes and getting keys and astral lock boxes and tokens. They're all useful there, and they will offset the cost that you say spent to purchase the battle pass. And just to confirm, the companion bonuses do work, gaining the 5% crit severity from here and 5% action point gain from here, and with the Vistani Wanderer, the 5% movement speed. So you can use them for those. There's no bugs. Ultimately, both those companions, not in a bad spot when you consider they are also going to fulfill a support function. Once again, a massive thank you to all of these channel members for your added support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.